It really made you wonder what game hurt the most for the most part. Was it Friday night's game that really bothered you, or was it Sunday's game that really bothered you? Both, of course, bothered. But man, for me, I got to tell you, Friday night was Friday night. Why do you say Friday night?
I mean, you're up. What are you up 9 going into the fourth quarter? Devin Booker gives you 62 points. I mean, if you're telling me the big three is going to play and one of them's going to score 62 points, I feel like if you had to miss a game, like watching it, you could maybe take that one off. Hey, big three. Devin Booker's going to put up 62. Beal and Durant are going to play. Oh, okay. And you're going to be up by 9 going into the fourth. Oh, okay. The Suns got that one. No, apparently not. Apparently the fourth quarter is an issue again.
Yeah. See, again, I think we all thought that was going to go bye-bye for the most part. A game every now and then, you're going to get that, my brothers. You are. You're going to get it. But in back-to-back games, the Phoenix Suns scored 17 and 13 points in the fourth quarter. 17 and 13 in the fourth quarter. And gave up 28 and 31.
Yeah, 59-30 outscored in the fourth quarter.
Once again, have we seen this before in the past? Yeah, we saw that. We didn't see a lot of it in that 7-game win streak, did we?
Yeah, it's tough here, right? Because you don't want to overreact to 2 games. You obviously weren't going to win every single game that you played this season. It's not like, hey, the Suns turned a corner and now they're going to go 48-0. So I get that. If last night was a win, you just kind of write off Friday night. You know, Indiana, like I said, they're known for this. They give up a ton of points and they score a ton of points. That's what the Pacers do. If you 133 to 131, that's a pretty typical game for the Pacers. So you could write that off. But to have it happen again last night is kind of weird. And you know, I know we're going to get deeper into what Booker's been doing later in the show, Wolf. But over the last 3 games, he's averaging just under 51 points a game. And he's doing it on 65% shooting. So it's not like he's wasting shots. How are you not 3-0 in those games at least, and instead they're 1-2?
What really bothered me, what really sucked buttermilk, can I just say that, as the Amish are wont to say, it sucked buttermilk. What really got to me was the fact that the Pacers basically said, you know what, okay, we don't have Tyrese Halliburton, we don't have him, but here we go. We're going to run. We're going to go. We're going to get out, and we're going to score, and we don't care. We think we've got the big three. Yeah, the Suns have the big three. And the Pacers and Rick Carlisle just basically said, we think we just outscore you. That's what we're going to do.
That's what they do.
What they did. The fact that they got into an offensive shootout and the Suns couldn't win that game, that bothered me
one of
beyond
their players
belief.
had 62 points.
Yeah, and once again, you've got the big three. You've got this team without Tyrese. You've got this team saying, hey, you know what? We think we can go. You want to go? Let's go. Don't play any okay, we're not going to play. Here we go. We think we can outscore you. And they did.
You're getting dangerously close to saying the Pacers set the pace. And I feel like you're right on the verge of saying it.
That really bothered me, Luke.
Well,
they got him into a shootout and they didn't care. They were like, bring it on.
It raises other questions because you got 94 points from Booker, Beal, and Durant, which I believe is their season high together.
That sounds like it.
So where is everybody else in that game, right? You get 94 points from 3 guys. I'm guessing that team hasn't lost a lot in NBA history. Certainly not in a game that didn't even go to overtime. Here's Frank Vogel afterwards.
That's what they have when they play without Halliburton. They just, they bully drive to the basket and, everybody comes to the glass, so we got a board better than we did, but we forced a lot of misses. We had a lineup out there that we believe in, that, quite frankly, with the way they were double teaming and kamikazeing the game on the other end, usually we blow that team out of the gym, but we just didn't capitalize on those double teams the way we normally do, or we'd be walking out here with a W.
Man, I thought that was kind of strong right there from Frank Vogel. I have not heard Frank Vogel say that kind of thing.
It felt like he was trying to send a message, but I don't know if it was to his team or other teams to be like, don't do this to us again.
I think both might be the answer right there, honestly. Blow that team out of the gym. We didn't capitalize on those double teams the way that we normally do or we'd be walking out of here with a win. Oh, okay. If that isn't, there must have been some yelling, huh, Frank? There must have been some yelling. But again, how did that help on Sunday? Apparently it didn't.
Well, no, it didn't. Here's one more on the Friday game. Vogel on defending Indiana.
No, our guys battled. We battled on the defense. This team beat Philly by 30 last night, or was up by 30 last night. I mean, this is a very difficult team to guard, number one offense in the league, and I was proud of how our guys battled.
Yeah, look, it's hard for me to look at the offensive side of the ball for the Suns in a game where they put up 131 and be like, oh, you should have been better. You should have scored more. Like, I'm sorry, when you give up 133, to me it's more on how you defended. But
see, for me, I can't get past they didn't have Tyrese Halliburton. I mean, this guy is, would you say he's integral to the Pacers offense?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I mean, the Pacers score so much anyway, but he's integral to them winning games. How's that?
Okay.
Because, I mean, they will lose games 138 to 133. Like, there is no defense in Indiana games. But either way, they were missing their best player, and you had all three of your best players, and one of your guys scored 62. You got to win that game.
The Pacers said, we're going to get you into a shootout because we don't think you can sustain it the way we can. Without Tyrese Halliburton. Again, I'm sorry.
So Friday bothered you more.
Bothered me.
Friday bothered me more too, but with the one caveat of I could just write Friday off as Indiana's kind of a weird team. They're very unique, and, it snapped a 7-game winning streak, so I can't be that upset, except they fell apart in the fourth quarter again last night. Here's Frank Vogel.
Yeah, just frustrating, more turnovers. We didn't handle their physicality. I mean, obviously a bigger team than us at a lot of positions, and the refs were letting them play physical brand of pressure basketball. We didn't handle it. We turned the ball over 7 times. When we did get good looks, we didn't knock them down. So we'll continue to look at what we need to do to be better in the fourth.
So last night you're up 3 going into the fourth. Orlando's not a bad team either, but you get outscored 31-13 in the fourth quarter. Now you're in kind of a dicey spot because you got to play again tonight. Bradley Beal's dealing with, he's got the face injury with the mask that it seemed fine, but then when he would make a shot he'd have to adjust it, and then when he would miss a bunch of shots it was just coming off. Now you got to play Miami second half of back-to-back. Not exactly the easiest team to go up against.
Yeah. This was really, really discouraging as well, right? Especially the way the Suns shot the ball in the first quarter. They came out, they shot 75% from the field, right? They looked ready to go. Okay, that fourth quarter game.
Yeah, we'll put that
on
behind
Friday
us.
night. We're going to put that behind us. Let's go out here and seize control, set the tone, and that's what they did. They won the first quarter 37-26, and then from that point forward, till they got into the fourth quarter, man, it was a struggle. They went ice cold in the fourth quarter once again, to a point where I'm starting to ask myself, is it getting into their head a little bit on the fourth quarter thing?
See, I thought it was gone. That's
gone.
I thought that they fixed it.
Wins.
Yeah,
Yes.
and they were so they were dominant in a couple of those fourth quarters.
Fantastic in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
that was the best thing about that win streak, I think, for the most part, is how they played in the fourth quarter, winning those games, of course. Now all of a sudden, back to back, you score 13 and 17, or 17 and 13. I'm sorry, 17 and 13. Man, give up 31 and 28. Not great.
Not great at all.
Thanks for watching Wolf and Luke. Tap to see more and click the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.